In the big Bilge Tank, we'll keep you in the know. In the big Bilge Tank, we'll fix your techie woes. And we'll break things and we'll make things till we're all together raking. And we'll raise a cup of grog down in the big Bilge Tank. In the big Bilge Tank, come and join our pirate crew. In the big Bilge Tank, we will show you what to do. And we'll hack it till we crack it. And we'll tell the world about it and forget to tidy up. That's why it's now a Bilge Tank.
Hello and welcome to episode 025 of the Bilge Tank. Remember, we Bilge Tank, so you don't have to. Paul?
Bilge.
Phil?
Hello.
Indeed.
But don't forget to like,
subscribe,
And
comment on this video. You need to provide a clear call to action,
mixing
Phil.
it up.
So we've hit almost 650 subscribers now
Wow.
Nice.
to our YouTube channel. It feels good.
It does. We've got to
Yeah.
get to that 1,000.
Yeah.
It will come.
Yeah.
Today we are completely unprepared, so we're going to rattle through some news and we're going to give you a little preview of the work Phil's been doing on the Flotilla Rockpool. We've got like a whole new release coming of it, which is much slicker. So we're going to have to play with that. And also we've got a prototype buzzer module that no one's ever seen before and is... Oh, basically tidied everything away. That's fine. We'll deal with it later. So first of all, stuff we love, I think.
Stuff we love.
Stuff we love.
Stuff we love.
I'm not even going there.
You're not a team player, Phil.
No, dude.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Should we? Phil picked this one up. Someone posted on the forum this really awesome little project.
You haven't got your video out.
I'm gonna really have to plug in like the HDMI cable.
Yeah, that's how that works.
We are
It's not air
professionals.
display.
I think it's this
We
side,
are
isn't it?
professionals.
That looks like a tiny H. Is that? No,
No.
that display.
Tiny
go.
display port.
Okay.
Okay.
Shiny. Oh,
We
Cool.
got the signal.
hurrah!
You see that? It showed the previous frame buffer,
Uh-huh.
and we haven't used this machine for a week.
Yeah, it's just on the card.
That's amazing.
The card we use for input on Bilge Tank has 4 HDMI inputs.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a beast.
But it must have cached that frame for a week.
Yeah.
The computer's been sitting
yeah.
here on.
It would
just
absolutely do
fantastic.
that.
That's just brilliant.
Totally cached.
Also, that means we haven't had a Microsoft Windows update just interrupt everything.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Don't even go there.
We did last week, but it was the tablet, the Microsoft Surface.
Oh, brilliant.
It switched it on and it just said, "Don't worry, your files are still where you left them," which is
This is
the
like a
least
mafia shakedown,
reassuring.
isn't it?
It's really
Computer in 6 weeks.
not reassuring at all.
Insert your credit card details.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, someone posted this to the forum. You should check out our forum if you don't already. It's a great place to ask questions about stuff you're working on, or to get customer support, or just showcase
Showcase your projects and cool stuff you're working on, because then it'll end up on the Bilge Tank and we won't have to come up with content.
Ooh. Yes, do that. Lots of that. This is using the little pre-assembled Adafruit pan tilt mechanism. It's not actually their product, it's one they source, but they get it fully assembled. And it's a really cute little pan tilt mechanism with
Just
2
injection
servos.
moulded, it's
Yeah.
all nice and finished. Pop the camera in there.
So
Jobs are good.
nice.
And they took a little illuminated lightsaber, attached it to the pan tilt, and this is just like the cutest thing ever. It's brilliant. Let's lose us. We suck. Wow!
They put a robot.
I
they
love
put
the
a,
arm, it's brilliant.
oh my word.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? How cool is that? Imagine getting your Twitter notifications being kind of threatened by a lightsaber or something. That is where it's at.
Oh, nice touch with the angle on the paper there.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, great for debugging it, isn't it? I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Pencil
that.
and paper debugging.
Right, we just got half an hour of this to roll, and then we're done.
Looping GIF. So that's, yeah. So when they say they taught it to sword fight,
I think that's close enough.
Well,
I mean, the fundamentals are there.
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
proven when you get 2 battling off against
One
each
dead
other.
action man. So they basically extracted the arm from an action man. Oh, the lightsaber's made from a drinking straw. That's pretty cool. It looks great illuminated, doesn't it?
Yeah. You were completely fooled. You thought it was an actual lightsaber.
I thought it was like a Lego minifig lightsaber or something like that.
No, drinking straw. Just, yeah.
Very cool. So if you've got
Such
projects like that, then make sure you write about them on our forums. I never managed to.
That arm could dry socks so well. Yes, yes,
What?
it could. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yes, there is a forum. It's forums.pimoroni.com. Or if you go to our main site, there's like links up in the top. That corner, just above Phil's head, they would be.
You mean if you kind of click on that?
Oh yeah. Oh no, They're not. Well, they would be above Phil's head if he was fully spanning. But yeah, up in the top corner you got shop, learn, forums, and Twitter.
There.
So check them out. And there's all sorts of topics in the forums that you can post under. So we've got specific places for kind of customer support stuff, for announcements of our own products, for Bilge Tank episode announcements, support your projects, Picade builds.
Yeah,
loads of cool stuff
all
on
the
there.
fun stuff.
Well worth a look.
And they're modern forums by Discourse.
Yeah, this forum software is called Discourse. It's fully hosted.
Pretty
but we
apt
just
name
really
for
like it.
forums because they tend to be full of discourse.
Yeah.
Yes. But
So who writes this software?
this is written by a company that is run by Jeff Atwood, and he's one of the original founders of Stack Overflow, or the Stack Exchange.
Coding hall.
And I think he started out with the Daily WTF website, and kind of went on and on from there. With various
Fantastic
things.
website.
But he generally does very cool stuff. I mean, obviously they've got a full team behind this. It's not just him, but yeah, they take a nice view of software, good UX, good kind of modern approach to things. I believe it's written in Ruby as well.
Yeah.
Stack Exchange was written in .NET, but
Ruby scares me.
yeah, me too a little.
It's all good.
Cool. Next up, we have, sticking in the kind of fun vibe.
Yep.
This is an awesome build. This is a Nerf gun turret that is controlled via Slack. So this guy
Better than
basically
Giphy,
created a Nerf gun turret, which he's got servos on there to aim the Nerf gun. And because they use something called Beacon or iBeacon in their office, you can always tell what desk an individual's at. So they can target someone that they know in their office through Slack, and it will fire a Nerf dart at them.
Yeah, so this is where you have the Bluetooth beacons, and it spots
I
the...
think we need this.
Yeah. You can put various
say
Bluetooth
need.
beacons,
Right.
and you can basically triangulate a whole building from it. So you have buildings on four corners, Bluetooth beacons on four corners of the building, up the floors, and you can do some pretty good location on where people are with some triangulation.
Kind of
It
scary.
is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, another good way to waste time on Slack, really. He's looking, at the moment,
called
he said to
Slack
balance
for a
it
reason.
properly, he's had to stick a couple of AA batteries to the front of it just to get it to kind of sit nicely. But he wants to add a camera sight on the front anyway, so that he's got a little bit of weight budget there to stick a camera on.
Yep.
Stream back the shots of your surprised colleague getting a Nerf gun dart in the face.
Yep.
Very cool build, like it a lot. And the other thing that I saw this week that I really liked with these little SMD Organizers, which is just kind of awesome. We have loads of these strips, SMD components, little tiny components, come on big tape reels, and quite often when we're hand assembling prototypes, you have to get like a full reel of 5,000, pull a few components off the end. It's a bit of a pain. But this is a really nice design. Unfortunately, it's in Corel Draw, but the design files
That's
are available
right.
to download.
Yeah.
Probably convert to DXF.
And that's just a lot of layers.
It is. I mean, it's
I'm trying
a
to figure
nice
out if that
setup.
was layered in perspex, but
I think it's basically it is kind of layered like ribbing almost, but then with intermediate layers to space the ribs out for the actual real.
So it's like some 6mm, 3mm, 6mm, 3mm or something, isn't
yeah,
it?
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really nice little hack for organising these kind of components, which are generally a pain.
Yeah, you can
It's got
see
a nice
it there,
little rail
can't
at the front, somewhere for your extra tape to lead off.
you?
But
Yeah.
that's
There's your...
nice hack.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot. Check it out.
Yep. Being turned into an actual pick and place any moment now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, that's the hard bit, right?
Mm.
I mean, the rest of the robot and the gantry and the vacuum suction stuff, that's easy. The
Simple
optics,
stuff, really.
yeah.
Although somebody was doing something with the automatic optical inspection, yeah, which we're interested in, which is something we think might be achievable.
You inspect the board after it's been placed and soldered and look
Yeah.
for bridges or dry joints and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stuff that hasn't soldered properly.
Generally, what you've got is like a reference board that's good, and you have photos taken from different angles, different positions, in different colours. So you
Yeah.
might have like a red filter, green filter, blue, whatever. And then for every board you produce, you basically compare to the reference images, and it will give you an idea if there's like bad joints or anything that deviates from your known good panel, essentially.
Yeah.
But they're
These
like
things.
50 grand machines normally. They're
Yeah.
proper production equipment,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of crazy.
So we can't do it with a Raspberry Pi camera then.
Well, that's what we were thinking. Can it be done to any great degree?
Could it be done on a gantry with a kind of macro lens on it, maybe, so it just scans back and forth and goes,
Possibly.
Board.
The angles are very important. So you can't just take a photo straight down, because a lot of SMD stuff is kind of hidden in the shadow of the
Yeah, that's
component
true.
itself. So I don't know exactly how they work, and I don't think they
Well, some
scan
of them,
particularly.
I think they were just firing the light from different angles.
Right.
So you had red coming from this side, green coming from this side. Take a photo, filter the channels, and then you get different angled light basically.
Yeah,
And you see how it.
kind of profiles, almost like a topography of it. Or
And if you've got kind of a ball of solder where it's gone wrong, then you will get reflections all over the place, and you can say this is a problem.
as opposed to
Or
two
if it
nicely
deviates.
defined kind of flows of red and blue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool stuff. And then last up, we noticed this today. Paul dug it out, and it looks like it could be a replacement to the classic
Laptop.
Atrix laptop, Motorola Atrix laptop, which is really popular with Pi users, but very hard to get hold of unless you want a Hebrew keyboard layout.
I think you're down to Hebrew keyboards now, and that's it. But everyone's saying, when will there be a replacement for this? Why doesn't someone make a replacement? And these folks, they seem to have gone to a laptop manufacturer in China who turfs out laptops by the millions and said, "Hey, could we just have one where it doesn't have the guts? We can just plug what we like into it through a HDMI input." And this is their Kickstarter.
So
So
mini HDMI input, USB input, which I assume is for the keyboard and the webcam.
yep, it's got Bluetooth as well.
And Bluetooth. That's
Saw
nice.
Bluetooth mentioned there, yeah.
Obviously, this is an Indiegogo campaign, so it's not like you can buy this right now, and there's always a risk that these things don't come off. The other thing to be aware of, the price point looks pretty good at $99, but that doesn't include shipping, and it doesn't include local taxes.
No, so that is really, it's not an all-in, which, yeah.
They expect it to be about $149, because they reckon the shipping's going to be $25, and your import tax in the EU at least is probably going to be about $20. So $149 maybe, which is not. It's not bad. It's not cheap.
It's not
It's not
100 quid.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of just a little bit less than maybe a basic Chromebook.
yeah.
Something in that region. But yeah, pretty cool. 14-inch screen.
But if they do pretty well, hopefully they can bring that down.
Definitely.
It is such. They've made it in such a generic device. That,
It's even just pure white as well. It's like, yeah, it's great.
so there's been some talk of that on the Pi forums, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Since
Interesting
people have been saying lapdog. So screen,
much
14.1 inch, 1366, 768. So fairly standard
Pretty
screen.
standard.
Yeah, 16:9 ratio.
Oh, the battery, of course.
Oh yeah, 10,000 milliamp hour built-in battery, which is not bad. So obviously there's like boost converter in there to power the HDMI and the display. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, cool project.
Cool beans.
I presume the headphone port is from the HDMI audio as well, which is quite nice combined with the Pi.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you have a headphone port?
Transflash card slot. Hopefully that's just an SD.
It doesn't actually mention the webcam there, though the picture appears to have one.
Yeah.
It might just be standard laptop
just-
shells.
It's just the hole left over from the standard shell.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yep.
All right, that's it, and we're gonna go to.
I think we mentioned last week that we were looking at kind of the Octopus Hubs, and
Here they are.
here's a look inside them. So these are micro USB hubs that would plug it right into the Zero. And we said we'd had some of these, but they were a little scary inside. And to show you what you mean, here is one of them in the flesh. And if you point to showing the port.
Show them why it's an octopus one first.
Well, first it's
hold
dingly
it up.
dangly, so you can
Hold
see
it up to the main camera.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
So there's
Put
four
that black
ports
object
there.
in front of my black T-shirt.
Yeah,
Let's show
that's
people.
really not working well, is it?
Yeah, they're
We're
kind of known as
everywhere.
octopus hubs, but they're basically dangly ports off a
So
very
as I
small
was
board.
saying before, they've basically got loads more points of failure than most other hubs because you've got to have strain relief for all these individual cables, and if you have a look at the cables, they're already not faring terribly well in that respect.
Well, that's not even
Like a
that's not
gamma
even from strain. That was
No, this
as
is just-
opened as a fresh
yeah,
one, and they're
freshly
obviously
opened.
hand soldered.
Yeah.
They're very, very poorly
So
done.
these just slide
horrible.
around these bits, so they're doing virtually nothing.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can literally
That's-
yank these right
If you look
off.
at that second cable from the left, the second contact,
You're talking
it's
about-
just got a bare blob of solder on it.
If you're getting a bit closer,
I think that's probably broken clean off as well. Oh,
where is it? Where's the camera?
It's here.
It's
Ah.
like pin the tail
I
on
don't,
the.
will it focus that close?
No, you tell me. I don't know, Phil.
But Dan, we'll try the zoom. Zoom.
Oh, zoom. Do the
Try
zoom.
the zoom.
Do the zoom.
If it will zoom any closer. Whoa. Can you focus, camera? Can you focus?
Yeah, no. The optics aren't up to that.
It's not happy with it.
It's only a cheap camera.
We get kind of green and white pixelated blocky,
Yeah.
but
Let's
Yeah.
just make it bigger.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
that also works. Yeah.
Make it small.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Right.
There you go. So yeah, this connection right here, where Phil is now pointing a pencil.
Where Phil-
Massive blob of solder right on the wire.
What is your finger even doing?
It's pointing at the blob of solder.
Talking about these
There you go.
nonsense mess.
And then you've got a switch. So the last one is just a charging port only, and it's a female micro USB connector.
Useless. All the switch does is either connect or disconnect a resistor. When I first opened it up, I sort of stared in absolute bafflement at the switch, trying to figure out what it was doing, but then kind of found the trace, and where are we? There we go.
It's basically just putting
So
it. It's just making it report
Either
charging mode,
connecting
isn't
it up to 5 volts or down to ground, and the centre would be R5, I think it's connecting or disconnecting.
Yep.
We'll cap to debounce it slightly.
But it doesn't really matter because it's basically junk.
It is
Which is why we don't stock it.
junk.
You can even see that like these hand soldered wires, that firstly the shroud is melted back from the soldering iron heat. They're very close to being in contact with each other and shorting out the blobs of solder. But they're not even mechanically going through the board, so even the strength of the connections is going to be poor, let alone the
Let's
fact,
put this to
as
the
Phil
test, shall we?
says, the strain relief is non-existent.
I pulled it broke at the other end.
It's amazing.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, don't buy this Octopus.
Well, if you wanted
on
to
its junk.
gut this completely, desolder the wires and solder something straight onto it, then I suppose.
Yeah.
maybe,
Attach it straight
but-
to the Zero, maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
But if you're intending to use it as assembled, don't expect it to last more than a day.
No.
Yeah. Still no word on Zeros, by the way.
Nope.
Hope to have some news fairly soon. Yeah, they're a bit overdue, due, whatever. We get them when we get them. But yeah, as soon as we have news, we'll tell people, basically.
We will.
So what's the
indeed.
other one, Phil? Is that just
Well,
a
that's
non-switching?
slightly smaller non-switching octopus with a hole in it. I'm not
That's
sure
it
what the hole's
for a
for.
crystal, isn't it? Sit in the board.
Oh, yeah.
In the board.
There you go.
But they decided they didn't need it. And there's landings for data on that last port, but they've just attached the power.
These are all very, very special.
It hasn't. That hasn't even got a chip, has it?
Yeah, it's chip on board. It's on the other
1.5,
side.
Is it?
It's
Oh, there we go.
there.
It's under the
So
epoxy.
presumably the oscillator is optional, and presumably the chip they've got under there actually is using internal.
Yeah. So I'd give the thing a
internal
shelf life of about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks slightly better made than the other one though.
I wonder if
It's
these
very
actually
borderline.
work though. These the data plus and minus on there. Interesting to find out.
Maybe.
Bonus extra port.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's look inside what we do when we evaluate these things.
Unhappy
Yeah.
hub. Nice work, Ben.
Dirt pub.
Yeah.
Come on, let's look at Rockpool. This is way more exciting.
Okay, so
Phil has spent the last couple of weeks doing a load of work on Rockpool, and there's a new version that we're kind of calling Ship Shape internally, which we are making available to kind of beta testers. You can go and install this if you want to.
Basically, go on the forums if you want to keep abreast of new and shiny stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of development going on right now, and this is core to it. So I'm going to give it to Phil because he knows it better than I do.
Spangly.
Yeah.
Let's start from.
Do you want to get rid of us altogether? I don't know.
Go on,
I just
yeah.
feel like we
We
should.
talk at the top.
Yeah.
So when you first fire up Rockpool, we've, based on an idea John had, created a new detection method that will hopefully find your dock. As long as you've got a network connection, or an internet connection rather, it will find your dock with absolutely no fuss whatsoever and pretty much instantly. So this is just talking to itself and finding a local dock, so it's not a big issue. But if you've got your dock connected to a Pi somewhere in your house and you're running Rockpool on your laptop or using the web version of Rockpool on your iPad, then it should immediately find that Pi is running Rockpool and has a dock connected, and it will get connected. So yeah,
Which is pretty nice. We haven't actually
Detection is
redesigned
magic.
this screen yet, have we? But the
it's
functionality
been designed
is working.
slightly, but it's not had any real pool love on it.
Okay, let's
Actually,
go.
very-
So you pick your dock, and the nice thing with docks is that you can store a name on the dock itself.
You can, so I'll
So-
call my dock Dr. No.
But if you've got like two kids who both have a dock, they can have theirs named separately. They'll be able to identify it from this login screen
For
basically.
completely unknown reasons, I gave you the ability to both name the dock and give the dock your own name. So if you've got 6 docks, for example, you can
Right.
give them all separate names and then use your own name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them.
Tom Kirby Green is asking when is Flotilla generally available?
It's soon. I believe we're shipping the very last units for Kickstarter this week, but I can't be certain until they
Things
actually go out
might
the door.
happen.
But-
Rick might suddenly keel over with appendicitis.
It looks real likely. I think we've got like 100 units to get out. We've already got out 120 or 130 this week. So yeah, we're getting very close, and then it will be available. But we're pushing to try and get this software update finished before we put it on general sale. So
don't lynch us if we haven't got it, but hopefully it will be there at the birthday party.
yeah, we might have it with us down in Cambridge for Pi
That
Birthday.
might be the kind of public launch of it.
Yeah.
And we'll run through the halls of the birthday party going, Flotilla! Flotilla for all! Yep.
I'm going to
Shop,
connect to
yes.
Dr. No.
Dr. No.
But when you connect to a dock, you'll be greeted by the kind of the main screen. So the concept we have are rules, which are this thing along the top here, which is basically a way of saying I want to take an input, maybe change the signal in a few ways, and then pipe that out to an output. So it might be a slider that goes out to a motor that makes that motor go forwards or backwards, or it could be inverted to go backwards instead of forwards.
Let's do a really basic rule, Phil.
So we'll plug something in to get a rule. So this is an output. This is a matrix display which will show a number. We plug that in and it should light up saying, "Oh, we plugged in a matrix display." Good old standard input is slider. The best friend of
Film off your
mixing
matrix.
desk jockeys everywhere. You've defilmed my matrix.
I did defilm your matrix, Phil.
So now you'll see a little
Way.
dot over this side saying there's an input connected to one of the 8 channels, and a little dot over this side saying there is an output connected.
Yeah, it was the dot because we're in the way.
We are slightly.
There you go, there's the dot.
So we're going to pick our input first. Oh, go. We're tapping on there.
Ooh, slider.
So you'll see all the 8 slots on the dock represented as 8 slots. And if there's something connected to those slots that's an input, when you select to add an input, it will highlight and show up, and there'll be a little virtual wire showing that it's connected to your dock. And you can go and pick that and drop it in place. So now John can wiggle a slider, and he has got a slider connected. And now to make that do something, we can go and tap on output, and similar concept, only this time the outputs will be highlighted, and we can tap a number. And now slider will do a numbery thing.
Woo. Oh, I got it upside down. Wee. Not.
Modifiers give us the opportunity to change something in the middle, and this menu's a bit of a scattery mess at the moment, but we'll go for smooth because it's a nice simple one.
Alright, so this
So now when
basically
you do-
softens my inputs, doesn't it? It's
Really
like a
fast
boxcar
transition,
averaging,
it's like,
basically.
Ooh, lovely.
So look at that,
Nice and
all my ragged inputs are now lovely and smooth.
Wow,
that's-
yeah.
That's
So
great
what's
if you want
What's
to
boxcar averaging?
boxcar
I
averaging.
think it's just like a witness. Oh, well, I probably mean
Like a
windowed
a
averaging,
moving
like a
average,
moving
is it?
window,
Yeah.
basically. So samples before and after the current sample to produce a kind of a softened output.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a bit like if this then that, but locally hosted.
That's
You
a
get an
very good
input,
way.
you do something with the output. If this changes, change this. And then you can add more rules by pressing the pluses, which are underneath that.
Have a dial. Let's add another rule. You've unplugged the number.
I love that. I just want to see it disable. And it's back
Yay.
in the game.
Works like magic, that.
While you're doing that, Tom Kirby Green, any plans to do anything for the BBC microbit? No plans, because we haven't actually got one yet.
No.
Yeah, we don't really know. Maybe.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it's an ARM-based microcontroller.
dial.
Oh, can we do one where? How can we make a game where I control the slider, you control the dial, and I try and track your value as much as possible?
Oh, they have
We
to
use
be
difference, I
broadly
guess.
The same.
Yeah.
Let's delete those 2 rules. Bob. We'll create a new rule that takes the input from the slider, and then we'll get the difference between the slider and where are we?
So you've got a difference icon there.
Difference.
Second row, third along.
Yeah.
There we go.
And the dial. So now that will give us the difference between the slider and the dial. So if I turn the dial all the way up,
And I turn
all
the
the way down,
slider all the way up, then there's no
then
difference.
No difference.
But if we both turn them to the opposite ends,
Ooh, I'll leave mine. And there's maximum difference. So we can say if the difference is greater than, because we want to make it a little bit easier.
okay,
So we say the distance is greater than
20%.
And this is a new feature, the ability to actually dial in a percentage value, which the damn stylus is not doing for me right now. There we go.
There you go.
60%.
Dialed it in. I'm
Okay.
just not getting. So if the difference is greater than 60%, then you have bad times. Let's make it
40%. Okay.
40%. So now you get a margin for error.
So basically,
And if you error, it goes. So you're
Which one's me?
trying to track
That one. Okay.
my
So-
signal down here with your signal up there.
Plug in the rainbow. We can't tell if it's going wrong here.
So we could let's
So at the moment we've both basically got the same. Let's put in something noise.
Well,
Should we do
we've got
noise?
the buzzer, so
Do the noisemaker.
the city noisemaker prototype,
Yeah.
Ta-da!
which is actually based on a dial that's been horribly mutilated. So now
Yeah.
buzzer should. Oh no, buzzer did not appear.
Which one?
Why you not like buzzer? I think like buzzer might have had it. Oh,
there you go.
that's
Oh, we got
cool.
a buzzer.
Buzzer.
Okay.
So now, if
Yeah, now we got a game.
John.
Right, so that's up. That's down.
Oh,
It's
you
the wrong
can
way
barely
down.
hear that.
The microphone will pick it up. Do not worry.
Sensitive. Ha!
So
It's
average man
very
was-
forgiving.
Ah! So we basically Phil and I have to keep our inputs like within 40% of each other, or the buzzer will sound. Ooh. We can turn this into like almost a normal game. I'll leave you in the game. I'm going to swap that for a sine wave. I'm going to make it a fast one to play with you. No, I'm not. I'm going to make it medium. I'm going to make it medium. Sine wave, medium. Okay, so now Phil has to follow the trace of this song. That's really fast
God.
still. That's just mean. We'll go slow.
Slow is quite slow. It's,
Okay, so Phil has to now trace
no,
the
I'm
sine.
really
sine
doing
wave.
badly here.
And every time, so this is a bit like a follow
Wire
buzzer,
game.
wire
Yeah.
buzzer game.
This is basically just Flappy Bird, except it's turny dial. Turny dial. No.
But you could use Python to turn it into an actual Flappy Bird controller, couldn't you?
You could quite easily.
Yeah.
I used Python when I was playing with Tingbot to turn Flotilla into like a little input system for Tingbot, so I can play Pong and stuff like that.
And use the matrix, and these are all things we'll be doing in Cookbook. Average Man vs. Pi asks, will you be able to send it up to the Internet Things?
Fail.
Not through Rockpool.
Not through Rockpool
but
as
with
such.
Python API and
And with Node-RED. We'll be
Node-RED.
having Node-RED integration.
People are
if
already
this, then
working
that.
and getting it working with Node-RED because it's just a WebSocket server underneath, so it's inherently compatible. But we want to do
Yeah.
something shiny, way shiny.
If this, then that have the Maker channel now, so we can plug anything into that. So we'll probably have a look at that after we've done everything else. But Node-RED is included in Jessie now on Raspbian, which is really helpful because we like it. It's doing well.
Connect straight to the buzzer.
There are also things like Initial State. We're talking to them. They're very nice chaps. So we should have something with that as well. And just generally make it play with all the Internet of Things stuff. Adafruit IO. There's that. There's quite a few Internet of Things type stuff out there. And we'll support as many as we can. Fortunately, Rockpool is very agnostic about what it works with. So that's all good.
Mix average instead of add.
this one.
Average.
So, making crazy 8-bit
You make the synth.
sound. That's really unpleasant. Let's try a fast sine
It's
wave.
because as soon as you add the sine wave along with kind of steppy waves, then you get this kind of really horrible, it's being horribly out of tune effect.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
That's bad, and you should feel bad.
Sorry. Got a motor. Let's change it for a
Yeah.
motor.
This
away,
is looking
buzzer.
pretty cool.
Sounds like a modem. Internet connection established.
Which way are we going to go?
Oh, poor. I don't know what ports work on.
Where did you get this hub? This dock?
This, I have a habit of taking hubs out of the reject pile because I don't want to stem the tide of outgoing stuff. So, I did. In fact, I did bring a whole robot.
Oh! But he's missing a wheel, Phil. Tell you what, you have my wheel. I'm running my robot. Do you want a red cable?
I have a red cable. I have a red cable. This is going to go horrendously wrong. This is going to register this dock as dock number 2.
Do you want to kill the
USB
demon and
is
start it
quantum.
again? Or?
Yeah, let's start that again. Ooh, that is the motion sensor.
It's
Very
working.
noisy. Let's see what happens when I refresh this and connect to that and see if it gets anything. Oh, there we go. Input. So now we've got two
Hey.
light sensors, a motion sensor connected to the inputs, and on our outputs we've got two motors, a matrix, and a rainbow. So first thing that we obviously do is get rainbow hue and attach that to a medium fast sine wave. Disco robot. Disco hands. That's
Put it
like
on
jazz
slide.
hands, except
Put it on
jazzier.
slide. Some nice rainbow colours going.
Slow dance robot.
Beautiful. Cool. We haven't got any line to follow here, so we can't really do line following example, can we?
You can avoid the light, can't you, though?
Oh, the
Yes, and we've got phones with
Torches.
torches on.
I think the thing's also got a tilt sensor in it, but it's clamped to a really weird value.
Clamp,
Oh wait,
clamp.
no.
Oh, in the tablet. You can use like motion sensor from your
I
phone
left
or
the
whatever.
motion sensor in there because it happened on my laptop and I was absolutely dumbfounded.
Yeah, they have them in because of the
That's
hard
the
drives,
one.
don't they?
But it doesn't have a hard drive in. It has an SSD. They've left tilt. Presumably on the tablet it's to rotate it when you turn it around. But
so,
why
yeah.
is it in a Retina MacBook?
Because they can come with non-SSD drives.
They can't.
Oh, the Retinas
They're all
can't. No,
soldered
that's
on.
true.
But taking it off the bomb was probably more expensive than just leaving
Just
it on.
leaving it in, yeah. The thing
probably have
terminals
other
are
uses for
completely
it.
different.
Hands off. What are we doing here? What's the
don't know.
game?
Who knows?
Are you going to try and... Oh, he's driving it with a tablet. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's rotated now. Oh, that's really wrecking everything. So yeah, if you want to drive it around with your tablet,
I was really impressed with how well the rotation is handling the UX.
it is actually pretty good. It's all responsive and everything. Look at that.
It's just eating its own cable now.
Oh, yeah. So this is the Tangle Mess generator.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Coming soon to a Kickstarter near you.
The Tangle Mess generator. Wait, didn't we already kickstart this?
Yeah, but they'll actually get it. The backers will get it, and they'll be happy. And then we can do all the other stuff, and everyone will have software and hardware, and woo!
Are you trying to follow a
Revolution.
line that doesn't exist?
Yeah, a little bit.
You want
no, I took
only
it, but
one of them.
I can't reset it though in this version, can I? Oh yeah, go empty.
Empty.
Hey!
There you go. Now it'll go forward.
Yeah, with the little light sensors on the bottom, we usually use electrical tape, but you can follow lines quite easily. And because you've got the colour bar providing the illumination, you can actually have multiple different colours of line and have it ignore certain
working
lines.
to an extent with multiple different colours of line.
Which is kind of cool.
Yep.
There we go.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
You can change midway through and it will start following the other one.
So, is that everything for this week?
I think that was everything for this week.
Yeah.
Let's kill those
Thanks for bearing with us as we just play randomly with toys. It's all good fun. Yes. The reason we haven't got the actual bit with the rules in Flotilla on a video is just because Phil's finishing this. It's
Pretty much only just at this state now, and it needs some shiny new icons and stuff in to make it shiny.
Oh,
As you can see.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be a big improvement on the version that's out there at the moment, so we're looking forward to getting there.
Stop zipping it.
I just want to press that button some more. Is that okay? Can I do that? Right, I'm done.
So yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully back at our normal time Thursday.
Indeed.
And not ninja kind of bilge tanking
No.
as we sometimes do.
Make sure you follow Twitter. If you're after Pi Zeros, follow our Twitter account. Obviously, we'll mention it on there.
Twitter's the main place we mention it because, yeah, the word tends to get out that way.
Yeah.
And normally we kind of tweet it the night before or the morning before, put them on sale at midday, and then everyone goes and orders 5 and we have to cancel the orders. And then the nice people order 1, and yeah, eventually they get to the right people. Yeah.
Super.
All right. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next week.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.